poking Izquierdo with that jab from outside. Izquierdo coming in wide again, so Peterson, the openings look to be up the middle, but Steve Peterson's going to have a guy who really fights like a buzzsaw. Izquierdo is very tricky that way. We saw him beat Casal with a punch all night, but Casal a very different kind of fighter than Anthony Peterson.
Well, I was curious as to what kind of approach Izquierdo was going to take, because at times with Casal, Nick, he fought aggressively. At times he boxed, and Peterson wanted to come forward from the start in this fight. Right now, all the punches are being thrown by Izquierdo. He's not landing much. Peterson's defense is tight, but good sign for Izquierdo that he's taking the initiative.
Peterson taking his time, and his best punch so far, the jab, and a power jab in the face. But Izquierdo, one thing I already like, he's going to the body. And once in a while, Lamont Peterson will give up that shot to the body. Izquierdo, good pace to this fight. Nice counter right hand over the top from Peterson. Now he misses wide himself. He's a little bit short, but fighting very much under control. And Izquierdo, Steve, I think his head definitely is here and looks ready for Anthony Peterson based on 2 minutes of his fight.
I agree, but I'll tell you, that one right hand, the two right hands by Anthony were more effective than the previous, 30 punches by Izquierdo.
Yeah, Izquierdo with a high knockout rate over 80%, but definitely Anthony clearly, he is the heavier puncher.
See, Anthony likes to put on the earmuffs and block shots, roll with his left shoulder a little bit a la Mayweather. What I want to see him do as he moves into world-class status is counter when he does that. Not just block shots, but block and throw back, especially with the right hand.
Especially with the right hand. I agree with you. I've always liked his left hook, but the right hand will get him out of danger that way. And when he keeps punching, those tail end shots again. So it's the kind of combinations you would like to see from him. Good pace to this first round as we close it out here in Biloxi, Mississippi. And Izquierdo vowed to be the quicker guy tonight. Anthony Peterson, meanwhile, very clear on what he wants to do.
I know he like to go at people. He's real aggressive, wide swinging, kind of dirty at times. What I want to do is really get to the body real early. Nobody likes to get to the body, but I'm going to stay to the body consistently all night, until he give in.
To your right, angles are killing. You feel me? You just throwing. He's trying to break you up. That ain't going to happen today. Lead when you have to. Other than that, if you can roll and slip, look for the counter. Okay?
You heard Anthony say in that soundbite, same thing I said, watch out for the chippiness of Izquierdo. Well, we weren't 20 seconds into the fight where he landed that left that landed below the white waistband of Peterson. And two right hands by Peterson. You know what? First round was an example of why punch numbers can be deceiving. I gave Peterson the round that he landed 2 punches, and Izquierdo probably threw 80.
Good point. Following up that low blow was an elbow. So we see Izquierdo pulling out everything. That's the rough stuff, and that's the kind of thing that they're trying to stay away from and not get rattled by. So it's Anthony Peterson looking composed. They want him to move a little more, and they do want him to counter with that right hand. But Izquierdo definitely looks like the quicker guy right now. Getting off first, not a bad idea.
A little bit of puffiness under the right eye of Izquierdo, maybe from some of those jabs.
Look at the body work again. So again, this time left, slamming lefts to the body. I don't know how hard a puncher Izquierdo is, and I don't think he really has a great whack. But once again, if he could stay busy, outwork, and maybe surprise Peterson. This one's scheduled for 10, but Anthony absolutely in no hurry.
Stop! No punching. Step back. What?
Peterson takes those shots on the gloves, and now they tie up. Watch, see if there's an elbow or anything else. No, it breaks clean on their own. Izquierdo inside, I think that's a terrible place for him to be.
He jumps in.
And he does. He absolutely takes runs at Peterson. We've seen that in other fights. And Peterson not making him pay, not trying to time him maybe on the way in.
I'm with you, Nick. That's the key, because you're never going to have a better opportunity to hit your opponent than when he's punching. Peterson's only offensive success so far has been when he's taken the initiative. But let me tell you, that jab comes back a little slowly from Izquierdo. Peterson's got to step in with the right hand. Just time it.
He actually did. So another big right hand from Peterson. So quality punching from Peterson, but very conservative. Looking for the openings, seeing if he could create a few, and now trying to muscle Izquierdo back.
Quit holding. Ready? Box.
And being warned by the referee Keith Hughes for holding. Now it's Izquierdo backing off, trying to punch long range. There's the combination, so he's letting his hands go. Peterson moving back under his own power, now spinning around, trying to reset. Now he's dialing in with that jab, but back with a couple of jabs comes Izquierdo, very much in this fight.
That's a nice left hook. He timed him there.
So, the power starting to arrive.
Still, Nick, it's been a good round for the Cuban.
He's been a busy guy, but Peterson making most of his shots count.
That's it.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him
He
go.
has been short with a lot, really trying to get a measure of where Izquierdo is. And that's a tough thing to do because I think he gives angles very nicely. And if he doesn't stay there and get into a slugfest, stay too long with any kind of prolonged attacks, he could do very well. But you don't want to trade and just go to war with Anthony Peterson.
10 seconds.
Pretty close round, Steve.
It's tough to measure the effectiveness of Izquierdo's punches. Most
Quality,
of them are
quantity.
being blocked. Yeah.
Mira, no hagas que te camine para atrás. Tú no camines para atrás. Cuando se suelta el jab, cabecea para adentro y suéltale la recta y el gancho. No te esperes. Cuando mires la oportunidad, tienes que reaccionar rápido.
They want Izquierdo to close the distance, which is pretty interesting.
No te hagas para atrás y levanta tus manos y vas a salir. ¿Ok?
I wonder what they're seeing in Peterson
Mira,
inside.
cuando se agacha para acá, levántalo
These
con el gancho.
vulnerabilities.
Levántalo con el upper o con el gancho. Dos golpes, no lo más que uno, No lo más uno cuando estás adentro.
Izquierdo is busy in round 2 as he was in round 1. Peterson responded there with a big left hook, and Izquierdo came back with a left hook of his own to the top of Peterson's head. Izquierdo's punching in combination, never one at a time. He's going to land some because he's punching 2 and 3 at a time.
Boy, Izquierdo, volume puncher, runs at you again, loads up at times. Steve, I don't see the theory or I don't see the strategic sense of wanting him to get inside. What is he seeing in Anthony Peterson? What does this corner see in Peterson's vulnerabilities when he gets crowded?
Well, they're not fighting on the inside. There hasn't been really any infighting.
But he wants him to now.
Yeah.
And he's standing in the pocket here, very content. He's the busier guy again, but as you said, Anthony Peterson blocking a lot of those shots. Peterson hammering with that overhand right. Comes back, sinks a hook to the body. And another hook just countering off those block shots. Izquierdo did sneak that right hand to the body through.
You see pretty stark contrast in rounds fought. Izquierdo just doesn't have the rounds. Peterson, that's a lot of rounds for a prospect who turned pro not that long ago. Class of 04. And amateur experience, well, Izquierdo from the Cuban system. And that says it all. There are no better amateur fighters in the world than the Cubans, and it's been that way for 30 years. 40 years.
Another warning from referee Keith Hughes, this time directed at Izquierdo. Now Izquierdo pokes that left through, and it's Anthony Peterson backing up for some strange reason. If he wants to create some punching room, it's another story, but you got to punch when you do that.
He's in a fight. Make no mistake, Anthony's in a fight. And to reiterate my point, he's got to do some counter-punching. He's just blocking shots.
Yeah, he's not busy enough, Steve, in my opinion. It is very early, only the third, but why even have these close rounds unless he's absolutely felt everything Izquierdo has, absolutely can walk through his power he feels when he's good and ready. That overhand right, his best punch. He's trying to land that hook to the body. Peterson on the left. So he picks up the pace a little bit here. Final minute of round 3. These are lightweight scheduled for 10. Nick Charles, Steve Farhood, happy you could join us. Our first showbox of 2008. We're in Biloxi, Mississippi for a look at the Peterson brothers. And Anthony right now undefeated like his brother, but in tough in a very competitive match against Jose Izquierdo.
And Izquierdo was in our first showbox show of 2007 against Casal. 1 day difference, right?
Yeah. And Mississippi also.
Stop! Come on.
Let's
Time Peterson a little chippy during the clinch.
You see, Steve, there's really very little on Izquierdo's shots. That doesn't mean he can't win the fight.
Well, I think he won this round.
Listen, me personally, I think you laying there too long, son. I got to have the jab and angles with this bull. You understand me? After you do that, Anthony, you don't have to lay there and act or get no return for what he's shooting. Let's keep him on angle. Jab in his mouth all day long. I think we're trying to load up too much and catch him with that brick hook of yours to the body. Don't worry about that. Just touch him. It's going to open up. He right there. He ain't going nowhere. You don't have no lateral movement. Really, if you go in on to put the pressure up, turn it up, he does.